So if the 49ers lose Dre Greenlaw in free agency, there's one free agent, pending free agent, that they could sign to replace him. And that guy is Zack Baun of the Philadelphia Eagles. So the 33rd team thinks that the 49ers should go big and sign Eagles linebacker Zack Baun if they lose Dre Greenlaw in free agency. Obviously, if Greenlaw leaves, they're going to need to find a high quality running mate for Fred Warner at linebacker. You know, the 49ers have never been known to go cheap at linebacker. Hence to why I think a lot of people expect them to bring back Greenlaw. However, there are going to be teams in free agency that go big for Dre Greenlaw. He could very likely get more money elsewhere and leave the 49ers. And I think there's been some reports within the last month or two suggesting that the 49ers will likely lose Dre Greenlaw. I made a video on this, a couple weeks ago, but the hope is obviously that they bring him back and that he sticks and re-signs in San Francisco on probably like a 1-year prove it deal. But it's probably more likely than not he gets offered a more of a longer term deal elsewhere, and he might accept it. And in that regard, the Niners are going to have to fill that void. They need to find a running mate for Fred Warner, and it's got to be a high quality running mate. I don't see the 49ers settling with a guy like D. Winters or Tatum Bethune alongside Fred Warner as their as one of the starting linebackers. So again, the 33rd team is projecting that the 49ers should go big and sign Zack Baun in free agency. So obviously Fred Warner's consistently in the discussion as the NFL's best inside linebacker. But they're going to need an outside linebacker. And the 49ers defense works best when they have two dominant off-ball linebackers. And obviously, Greenlaw was able to return briefly last season after suffering that torn Achilles. They signed Devondre Campbell in free agency last year to kind of try to fill that void for Greenlaw being out until he came back. And we all know what happened with the Devondre Campbell stuff. I think that guy is dead to me and multiple other Niner fans. However, the 49ers could look at this situation and think, instead of hoping one of their recent late round picks will become a starting caliber inside linebacker alongside Fred Warner, they could take a swing at a veteran guy like Zack Baun. And that kind of deal could kind of limit their ability to make other moves or extensions, especially with the upcoming deal for Brock Purdy. That's going to be on the horizon, and it's going to happen in the next month or two, I would imagine. So it could hurt them in a way, and kill their ability to make some other moves. But the 49ers Super Bowl window is not open for much longer. If you lose Greenlaw and you add a guy like Zack Baun, Zack Baun could definitely fill that void and fill that role, and try to get this defense back on track as one of the most dominant defenses in the league. So it definitely seems like something they would do. I mean, they love signing former Eagles defensive players. They got Javon Hargrave in 2023. They also signed Quan Alexander. Now, he's not a former Eagle, but he was a veteran weak side linebacker that they got in 2019 that really kind of took their defense to another level alongside Fred Warner. And with Robert Saleh being back in town and coaching this defense, he's not going to allow this linebacker corps to be anything but elite. So expect the 49ers to make an addition and sign a veteran guy if they miss out on the sweepstakes of re-signing Dre Greenlaw. So Zack Baun is the best linebacker that's going to be on the market. I don't know how comfortable Philadelphia will be in paying him. Hence to why, he's being linked to some other teams out there. But he had the interception in the Super Bowl that really put the cherry on top for the Eagles, and it put the Eagles in a position to really put their foot on the gas and not slow down against the Chiefs. Um, but Zack Baun had a phenomenal year with the Eagles, hence to why he is the best linebacker on the market. But the 49ers have also been linked to some other linebackers. Jamie Sherwood of the New York Jets. Um, he's a guy that could follow Saleh to San Francisco and fill that void for Greenlaw if he goes elsewhere. Nick Bolton from the Chiefs is going to be a free agent. The 49ers could go big and go get him. Um, but why settle for less when there's some quality linebackers on the market if Greenlaw goes elsewhere? Bolton, Zack Baun, Jamie and Sherwood. I mean, they need to make a splash signing, in my opinion, if they lose Greenlaw. The 49ers are not a team that settles for, late round draft pick linebackers, and they don't go cheap at linebackers, kind of what I'm hinting at here. So it definitely makes sense for the Niners to sign a veteran linebacker if they lose Dre Greenlaw. And again, Zack Baun, coming off a phenomenal year with the Philadelphia Eagles, would 100% be a very good addition to this Niners defense. And I think he would fill you know, the absence of Greenlaw just fine. So I don't know. I mean, let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. Obviously, in the offseason, there's going to be multiple players being linked to the 49ers, and there's going to be articles that come out suggesting that the 49ers could sign certain players in free agency. But I think if they're going to make a big splash move in free agency, it's going to be linebacker if Greenlaw leaves. I mean, obviously, the hope is that Greenlaw stays. Deep down, I truly do think that he will stay and re-sign, but the 49ers need to keep in mind, that if he doesn't re-sign, they need to keep some of these linebackers in mind that are set to hit free agency, and Zack Baun is one of them. And again, he's probably the best free agent linebacker on the market, or that will be on the market, I guess you could say. So let me know what you guys think of this in the comments down below. Again, the 33rd team is projecting that they will sign Zack Baun, or that they should sign Zack Baun and go big in free agency if they miss out on re-signing Dre Greenlaw. So let me know your guys' thoughts in the comments down below. I'm for this. I'm for signing a veteran linebacker like Nick Bolton or Zack Baun or Jamie and Sherwood. I definitely think Bolton and Baun are more safer. I think they're more safer options than Jamie and Sherwood would be, but these are all younger guys that are still in their prime or just hitting their prime. And the 49ers, they're not a team that goes cheap at linebacker, so they're going to have to keep some of these guys in mind if they lose out on Dre Greenlaw. So let me know what you guys think of this in the comments down below. As always, go Niners. I'll see you guys in the next one.